Yay! Hello! We took a week off and now we're back. We took a week off and now we're back. Hi, IG is letting everybody know that we're on. I hope everybody's doing well. If you're over here on the East Coast, child, in Northeast Philly, it is coming down out there. And I'm actually hoping we get good service for the episode. Okay, hi everybody checking in. Let me just go grab Dex. All right, child, you acting stupid already. It ain't so. Don't do me like that, IG. All right, we're just waiting for Dex to come on.
Hey guys.
Hi. How are you today?
I'm amazing. How are you?
I'm great. You got them lips moistened.
Yeah, it's like it's actually funny. It's coconut oil. So like I do this thing called like teeth pulling, like to whiten your teeth naturally. And I put coconut oil in your mouth and you swish it around. I used to do it back in the day. I tried to do it today and I totally forgot and I like swallowed.
You swallowed the coconut oil? Well, that's okay. It'll get rid of all the other toxins in that gut, I guess.
Well, my gut is never mind.
Your gut is what?
Very clean.
Baby, oh, I forgot. Wait, can we talk about it over here? Because I have so many questions, and I should have mentioned it to you earlier, and I forgot.
I am not talking about that.
It's a normal life process, Dexter.
I will say, though, I think more people should do it, though.
How did you feel afterward?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
It's weird. You know,
everybody checking in. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
A lot of things I just feel like they're like mental, like in your mind, but like in reality, I don't know exactly how I feel.
Oh.
Put it into words, but it also wasn't an actual feeling either.
So you didn't feel anything when it was happening? Why would you say it?
I'm not talking about this.
Come on, Teeps. Just say it. Come on, Teeps.
No.
Okay, IG is still telling people we're coming in. Well, can you share that you got your other reveal this week?
My reveal? Like,
I
don't know what you're talking about. I got my braces off, finally. But yeah.
How you feeling? No more metal mouth for you, huh?
I thought I would miss it, but I don't miss it at all.
Why would you ever think in your 30s that you would miss braces?
Because like they were on for like a year, like a little over a year or two or whatever, and it's just like now it's just not there anymore, and it's just like it's like something in your mouth, so it's a kind of like a part of you, and now that it's not there, it's just like, oh, it's just clean, it's clear. There's no metal there, like there's no ceramics there.
Is that how you feel when you lose weight? You miss the fat?
Well, I don't lose weight, so I don't know. I went.
You do lose weight. E.C. McLean 40 said, so now, Dex, you know how to act.
I love E.C. McLean 40. She sent me this video the other day, and I'm like, she's amazing. I love her. So,
ain't she always putting us up on game? Like, oh, this is happening. Child, she got it. What was I about to say? Yeah, it's giving real stormy weathers outside. What about where you are?
I don't know. I can't really tell. I mean, the windows are wet, but I don't think it's raining, though. It looks sunny here, to be honest with you.
Oh, you do have windows in your... Oh, my damn. Where'd they keep you in the base?
No, like, there's windows, but it just looks regular to me.
Yeah, it's pouring over here where I am. I was like, shit, I hope this IG keeps... sometimes in rainy weather, just act the fuck stupid and wants to mess up. Then I got nervous when I got on, and I'm like, I don't see nobody live right now, really. So, but here we are, the IG weather gods, our Lord and Savior Christ. He looks over IG too, and to make sure we can still.
You think God is watching over Instagram? I don't think so.
Don't you hate? No, I don't know. I don't know if people really do it anymore, but we got my girlfriend Tia together with this one. Don't you remember when people were sending those chain letters, like the digital chain letters, and like God is watching and send to all of your girlfriends or the people that you care about. And one day I just got sick of it. So my girlfriend Tia, I was like, now Tita, and it was on a group chat too. I think God has a few more things to worry about than to making sure we send this chain letter to all of my girlfriends or friends that I care about.
I'm one of those people. I hate those kind of messages like that. But while I do agree with you, like I think God is very focused on other stuff. I also don't want to take that chance and like say he does care about that one day. I don't want to be the person that gets into that when he decides to care.
Look, E.C. McLean said, if God is here, we in big trouble.
God DMs.
Let's just hope nothing from Instagram, like when it comes to Judgment Day and we up there trying to wait to get in the gates and, you know, supposedly they run back your life. Can you just leave social media? Just edit that part out on the playbacks, especially anything involving Andrew Caldwell.
And also anything from 2009.
It was a bad year.
I don't know the guy. Well, when I look back on the Facebook on this day, it's like in 2009, you were just saying anything. Like, the lovely and beautiful Miss Jones.
Miss Jones. Hey, Miss Jones, baby. Is Miss Jones a new friend, or do you know her, Dex?
I don't know her.
Okay. Hey, baby, come on in. Everybody have a seat. It's been a while since we've been on here.
I don't know her. No, who said that? No Mariah Carey.
Don't you be doing that to our friends. Do you know Tima Bima One, who has joined?
Isn't it crazy that like there's certain things in pop culture that if you say it, it's like, wait, I don't mean that to be a shady way. Like you can't even say I don't know her without it being like, wait, are you trying to pull a Mariah? Like everything is just so like, just because like a celebrity says something or whatever in a shady way, like, and when you repeat it, it's like, wait, I didn't mean it like that. Like if you say like, oh, I said what I said, it's kind of like you're always gonna go back to that Nene Leakes line, and it's just like, wait, are you trying to gather me up or whatever? It's interesting. Pop culture is.
It's true because really, I feel like that's been kind of a thing all my life. I had to fight. No, whenever I'll say stuff, and people are like, "Are you being shady?" And I'm like, "No, not at all. I'm being super genuine. If I was being shady, you would know it, because all the shade would be given."
Remind me after the show to tell you something about the line you just said.
Me being shady?
No, the all my life I had to fight thing. Remind me like after to tell you something about that.
All my life. Okay. Yeah. All right, look, let's get in the show so we can get into the real tea afterwards. Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry. I'm just putting my eczema cream on here. Sometimes I'll go back and watch the shows, and I'll be like, damn, bitch, you up here scratching like a crackhead. I swear I'm not on drugs, y'all. I just got allergies, and they're skin allergies, and sometimes the itchies just come and overwhelm a bitch. You got your water today, sweetie?
I do. I always have a gallon on deck.
Okay, yes. All right, let's get into it. Everybody, come on in, have a seat. All right, it's been 400. Well, I'll present this. Anything you can think of, bring it up, because it was one of those days for me. I wrote stuff down, but I don't know how current it is. But let's go anyway. So we're going to wing this episode. Let's do it. It has been 486 days since Breonna Taylor was murdered. Still no more follow-ups just yet with her case, but we know that fight continues along with all of the other fights that come along. Case in point, recently here in the Philadelphia area in New Jersey, I want to say it was Mount Laurel, New Jersey. I don't know. Well, I'm sure it made national news. Once I saw it on Inside Edition, I said, well, oh, shit, hey. Hey, neighbor. Where there was this, I will say, a racist who went to his neighbor's door and was complaining about the mixed race elderly couple. Another neighbor decided that he was going to step in because him, along with other neighbors in the area, were sick of being harassed by this man. Mind you, this was not the first offense with him, and 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be the last offense. So the guy is talking all this ish on the camera and basically challenges, well, my address is this and this. Pull up then. Come and see me, all tough Tony. Well, Tough Tony wasn't too tough a few hours later when actually that event happened, I think, on Saturday. It went viral by like Monday, and that's when people pulled up at his house. And he was, basically telling them, you got all this mouth. Okay, come outside. We here. You invited us. People kept, putting the gas on him. Eventually, the cops came, and he had to be escorted out the house. The funniest thing to me about that moment was somebody had the Black Lives Matter flag and hit him over the head with it. And then somebody else took a full-blown water bottle, picked it up, and looked like it did an MJ dunk right on his head. But wait, somebody said this. Hey, y'all, no ask, but I want to say I like this live better because the one shows up, leave decks on Auntie's live.
I be trying to be nice.
Huh?
I be trying to be nice on the other one, and no, with that situation though, Toya, I didn't like it. I thought it was very tacky, to be honest with you. Like, the guy was being disgusting and calling people N-word and told the cops they have no jurisdiction, they can't do anything for him and all that stuff. And then came out his address, which I thought was insane. And people showed up at his home, and did the same thing to him that he does to everybody else. The issue was that he was harassing other people, and then you showed up to his home and harassed him. I don't really understand what the purpose was. Overall,
so you don't believe in fighting fire with fire sometimes?
I just don't really think it makes a lot of sense if your goal is to change somebody's perspective or change their mind or doing the same thing that they did. I don't know. I don't really see how that benefits. I think him doing that stuff and then all this stuff happening back to him, if I'm him, I'm not going to stop. I did this and then people are going to turn around and do it back to me. I think you kind of gave him a little bit of justification as to what he's doing. Nah,
I'm going to have to wholeheartedly left turn on that one with you, Dex. Now, I'm all for. I'm not, in that moment, I don't care about what you believe. I don't care about changing your mindset at all. That's not my concern. What I know is that you were harassing somebody and then you wanted to play tough Tony and thought nobody was going to check you. Well, guess what? The whole hood pulled up. And sometimes that's what you got to do. You never been in a fight and your whole family pulled up?
No, I haven't. But also, I think it's one thing to pull up in when they were outside of the home, all that stuff like that. That's one thing, but then it turned destructive. You're hitting people they're hitting with the signs. They're throwing things. I just don't think that makes sense. To me, they look stupid. You're throwing things at this guy, and it's just you didn't. To me, I don't think they taught him a lesson at all. I don't think they proved any points or anything like that. If anything, you behaved in the way that he said you are going to behave. You did that.
Well, let's just see if he does it again. I haven't heard that big mouth ever since all of that went down. So at least he's learned his lesson for a week or so. Let's see what happened. But even though I was for it because I saw that shit and I was like, let me get in my motherfucking car and go over there. But I did not. Good. But because I think once I really started thinking about the deeper levels of it, and although I do love the unity and Black people standing up and saying enough is enough, case in point, what was going on with TikTok, the TikTok that the Black creator said, we're not going to be creating anymore. And let's see what happens. And it was just, from what I was seeing, it was sad. It was a sad scenario for these people to try to get up there. Look, these people, you people.
I don't see that. I tell you, what's wrong with us today? I feel like, man, you're normally at least someone.
You've been with me all day, though, sweetie. You've been having a little attitude since yesterday. You made me salty earlier today, and I said, be blessed.
I think people are looking into this TikTok thing, and they're making up and it doesn't exist. Yes, Black people are super creative, and we kill it on TikTok. We, as because I'm a new TikToker, I'll be putting stuff out. We are amazing on TikTok. But we're not the only ones, and like I don't want to pretend like there's not white people that like make and other nationalities that make like TikToks.
I'm sorry. See, McQueen said it's the braces off. You showing your black ass. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's just like I just don't want us to get fooled for a second to think that we're the only people who are creative. Like I really feel like there's this narrative that's going around now in general that like black culture is the only culture that matters, and if it's not for us, like nothing, well, that's how they be putting it out there. And if it wasn't for us, they wouldn't have anything. And like I don't think that that's true. I really don't. I think we're so different.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think we have a lot going for ourselves, and I think we are super creative beings. But to pretend like we're the only group of people who are creative and stuff like that is insane. And for black people, and I get the plight. It's saying like you guys aren't respecting us on TikTok, so we're not going to be on there. 100% respect that.
Mm-hmm.
But let's not pretend like TikTok didn't still flourish and thrive when black people, black creatives weren't posting stuff.
It still thrived, but I don't think the zest was gone from it. Because here's the thing. The zest, just because you're on it now, Dex, does not mean the zest is there, okay?
I'm telling you, nothing changed in TikTok.
Okay, Dexter. But what I will say is, and you have to put it, because for these TikTokers, and me and you were kind of touching on this yesterday, a lot of these people, this is their choice of career. So, if I am sitting here and I'm a creator, this is owned by me. That's great. That is amazing that other people are picking up what I'm putting down. But for you, as an employer, so to speak, for you to take those ideas and adequately and overly pay the people who are copying my creation, that is wrong. And from TikTok and from what we've seen over and over, and they've said that from the very beginning, really, that is the narrative with them. So it's not necessarily about, of course, you can always go ahead and get on another platform or just don't use it. And I'm happy that they did it. But at some point, you got to flex your muscle and your power to see this is what you're going to miss out on. And pay me adequately or move my shit to the top so I can get a check. And if not, I'll go somewhere else. So sometimes they do what they have to do. Hey, Kurt. But all this, I was I strayed from my original point. With all this black people coming together in unity, I keep hearing this same theme, unity, unite, and I'm with it. I love all of it. But taking it to the killings that is happening, especially in our city of Philadelphia, I would like, especially the killings of children in particular, I would like the neighborhoods to have that same ideology of uniting and pulling up when you know somebody down the street had something to do with this child losing their life. Now, what issue do you have with that?
I don't think those are the same people. I don't think...
I'm talking about the idea of unity and black people.
No,
That's not the same people, really, but unity, it's a problem. Show the fuck up where the problem really is.
I agree with you. I get it. Like, that's the truth. But I'm just saying, I think the people who are showing up after that viral video, first off, the people who are killing these people in the street just for no reason, they're just shooting, randomly shooting. If those people showed up to New Jersey, I think we'd be having a different conversation. What I'm saying is those people who are doing that, they're just in a league of their very own. And I think the people who did show up in New Jersey, although I don't agree with necessarily their methods, it's very difficult. It's easy to fight a person who is just being disruptive and arguing and calling somebody an N-word. That's an easy fight to have. It's a very difficult fight to protest someone in the neighborhood who just don't care. Like, I watched this video the other day. There was a 23-year-old boy who got shot and killed on the 4th of July. And I watched the video of that happening. Toya, like, it was just a regular... There were cars driving past, like, normally driving past. These guys got out of their car, pulled up and just got out of their car and just started shooting.
Yes.
You can protest all you want. You can go outside these people's house and all that stuff like that. They're going to shoot you. Like, it's just like, I do think that there needs to be some type of unity. Somebody needs to say something. Somebody needs to do something. But honestly, after watching that video, what people are going to do is shoot back at these other people. Like, in that video, when they So these guys shooting, another guy ran after them, shooting back at them. That is the only way to fight this. There's no gun drives that's going to help. There's no calling the police that's going to help. There's no you begging them to stop that's going to help. These people don't give a shit. They're out here shooting because they don't care. You're shooting the 4th of July. You're shooting up a block. There were multiple people who got hit just because you were there. They don't care. Like, we can beg these people to stop doing it, but they're not going to stop. Like, it's literally like, it's almost like it's almost like a hopeless situation. Like, I don't see anything that would stop this gun violence because, like, it's generally people who do not care. They don't care.
Well, first they need to bring the National Guard in. That's what we really need in this city. Like, no offense, we need to be. Yes, if it's a state of emergency, that means the National Guard comes in and creates some type of curfew. Like, there needs to be steps that need to be done, because sitting here and just saying, oh, nothing's ever going to change when change is a real possibility, that's not, you got to serve up some solutions. And that's one solution that you can start with. Bring the Guard in. Something has to happen immediately. It wasn't always like this. It doesn't have to always be like this, but something has to be done today. And these neighborhoods need to step in together and fight for your community. It's your community.
I think
for you to just get out there and see shit happening and not say anything. And that shit that happened on the 4th of July really brought me to tears, because for people who are watching and don't know, this guy, he was a young guy, a business owner in the community. Now, I don't know if he had any street ties, but that's not my business in this moment. The fact that this boy, through this barbecue, tried to do something positive for his neighborhood. And that's how people were, that's how you were thanked, basically, and with innocent bystanders. Why wasn't the next day when that shit happened, why wasn't the streets flooded like y'all flooded in New Jersey? Like, where was the organization around that? Yes, you did see memorials out there, but I want that same damn attention. They need the National Guard here in Chicago. Exactly. Something needs to start. And the only thing you can do is somewhat kind of make sure people are in the homes for at least a certain amount of time, because what else can you do? Like you said, you can't sit down to them, so they don't give a fuck. They don't care. I'm not going to talk to them, so I have to bring some excessive force in here to at least kind of simmer it down, and then we can take it from there.
I don't think that's a good idea, only because, like, I do 100% agree with you that something does need to be done, because you're right, it wasn't always like this, and it does not have to be like this, but I just think that us calling in the National Guard is this. Remember, a couple of months, literally this time last year, Donald Trump taking the National Guard out, he was literally sending the National Guard out, and people said, this is not a good idea, because these people are going to come out there and they're going to just start killing people, and they're just going to start harassing people and whatnot. Kind of what's expected. You don't know who these people are. Like, we don't know who these people are who are just running around shooting people. We have no idea who they are. And being a black man walking in some of these neighborhoods, if the National Guard is there, I'd probably be afraid that I'd be harassed and maybe even killed in that situation. Like,
well, they're not. Yeah, they're not supposed to. Like, usually when the National Guard comes in, unless there's an immediate threat right then and there, then they use I don't want to say oppression, but they use harder tactics. But a lot of times you'll bring them there just for the site and enforce curfew. And if you're breaking curfew, okay, get the fuck. Whatever happens, happens. No offense. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to even have that point of view. But you know your fucking ass is supposed to be in the house at this particular time. It sucks that adults have to live under this too. But especially adults in the household where these kids are acting fucked up, you can't get mad, because if you had controlled the issue, we wouldn't be here today. Again, not a full fix, but a temporary solution until we get to the bottom of things. But with that said, more black men need to, because who do we see mostly doing this? Young black boys. More black men need to get in these streets and be mentors to these young boys.
Yeah, but that's one of the problems too, because a lot of these people that I like lately, like, I agree that it's always these young kids, but a lot of these young kids are being influenced and mentored by these 50, 40-year-old men too. Like, like, it's like one of those things, like, I think before growing up, we would see like always young kids doing this stuff. Now it's like people that are 50, 60 years old that are in the same mess that these kids are in. And that's why I think it's so bad, because it's like this stuff spans generations at this point.
Yeah.
People are really out there with their grandfathers and their uncles shooting people. And also with the National Guard thing, I think it'll be really difficult for them to just be a physical presence and not physically get involved when there are people who are running around the city with dynamite and guns with lasers on them.
Yeah. Y'all don't know who these people are, but Tia on the block do. The people that know them need to stand up. Exactly. Like, I don't know what it's going to take. You can't, I feel like, but if enough voices, because people hate public shame or public humility. How embarrassing would it be if somebody pulled up in front of your house because you know damn well, Tia knows damn well who shot so-and-so, and that the neighborhood knows that Tia knows. Okay, so do we have to pull up to your house and embarrass you?
Yeah, but the neighborhood also knows that Tia is taking care of XYZ's phone bills and taking care of this person's rent, and these drug dealers and people who are doing this stuff, they're actually taking care of people in their community too. It's not
no more like they used to. Those days are gone.
You don't have to do it like you used to. It's just in general. I'm scratching your back. I'm watching out for you. I could just be paying a phone bill. I could just be giving something simple, and that's enough for some people just not to snitch or say anything about this person. Like, they are definitely getting some form of a kickback from these people, and I think that makes with fear is why they don't say anything.
Yeah, I know, but anytime you want real change, sometimes, I mean, I hate to say this, but you can't be scared. Fear and comfortability breeds nothing. It's going to be the same old, same old. And we need to have people with a backbone who is not, I mean, it sucks to say this, but people probably are going to die. Not probably, they will die for the cause. But if you're dying for the right cause to save the future, what is the issue with that? Well, I feel like most people would be okay. I feel like I would be okay knowing that I died a martyr trying to save my community. Why aren't you going? If you want real change, this is the type of mentality you have to have. Or just sit in a war-torn neighborhood and be scared. Because I don't want to be scared. I'm not going to be scared the rest of my life.
Like, dies.
Because what happened? Earlier you said people are shooting, they don't care. So if you're going to shoot me, I would rather you shoot me, somebody who I care about my fucking neighborhood, than a 5-year-old child that's outside riding his bike that has no choice in the matter. All he knew or she knew that she wanted to get up and play with their friends today. And because of the assholes on the street and everybody in their house is so scared to say anything, that 5-year-old child is no longer here.
Yeah, but the issue with that, though, is, like, you can be this martyr if you want to, and you can say this, and, like, I take me instead of taking these kids, but what will happen is they'll take you, then they'll turn around and spin the block and take the damn child, too. Like, it's just, they just don't care. That's the issue.
So she said, listen, I'm in the hood, and my boyfriend is a basketball coach, so my house is where the boys come see and cry when their friends get killed for 1 minute, then move on because this is just another day. And I'm sick of that being just another day. We need real fucking solutions. And I have things coming up in the works later on, but I really don't want to reveal it. I'm partnered with a project called,
keep it until, like, it's all ready to go. I think you don't want to be fired up and throw all your stuff out there, but, like, make a lot of sense, though. And I do think one last thing on this. I think based on what Entertain_me said, it's what's really sad to me is that when you talk to these young kids, they'll tell you so many of their friends have been killed, and like you know how when you're younger or whatever, you don't really know too many people who have died or got killed or whatever. These kids, multiple people who are their age and who were their classmates and stuff like that who were, like, killed, and that is so sad to me.
It's sad. I'm just sick of it. So that's all I'm saying for our community. And, normally I'd be like, you cannot mix the two. But just seeing the way when it comes to, like, street violence and, people there's, I'm one of those things. There's no such real thing as black on black crime. There's somebody that, you kill who's ever in your community or whatever, or that's who you offend against. So, and she said, her damn name. And what's her name? And say it right.
Her name is Dom. But I wanted people to be able to follow you and stuff like that, so I said your Instagram name. This girl, she wouldn't be so difficult. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Boy, I tell you, not you, Rebecca Parker, just Dom. Lincoln girl. Boy.
Lincoln said, don't get on here and act like you don't know, because I'll put you out, okay? Put all your Lincoln business out there. Dom, slide in my DMs after this and tell me how our boy used to act up at Lincoln.
Like this?
Oh, back then you were worse, because weren't you like a hardcore, like, young Republican back then?
People in my only in 2008, and only people who I were in class with, they would only know that. I used to argue with the teachers about it, because they would... they were wrong. Like
I gotta put the arrow on the bitch tie. Hold up.
And when I was in college, they were so pro Obama, which was fine, but it was just like they would pretend like certain things weren't happening. And I would be like, no, like this happened. I do now realize, though, I did go to an HBCU, the first HBCU, Lincoln University, so I do understand what they're from. But I just feel like there's two sides to the coin, and I don't think the other side was fully represented. That's it. And I just want to represent it on campus. And I did.
So is that why your 2009 social media stain should be removed at the pearly gates?
No, because it's like you would think that a person who was advocating for equal, like, you know, like presentation for politicians and stuff like that, you would think that they would be cool and normal and like so N-word. Like I was cursing on social media. I was disgusting.
Also, while we're kind of on this, can you make a statement? Because I feel like some people don't fully understand how you move and that you really enjoy trolling. Can you just explain that? Because I don't want people to think that, okay, some people just kind of, well, we talked about side conversations, how one of our other podcasts are like, I think they really think I believe this, but I'm just trolling.
I mean, that's what it is. I like to present different sides of the coin.
Yes. And it doesn't necessarily mean you believe in that.
No, I don't really like to tell people what I believe in, to be honest with you. I like to talk. I like to get you people to think, and I do that. I like to be entertaining. I like to get y'all to think. Because y'all don't. On your own, y'all really don't think. Y'all like are very narrow-minded. It's like this. like, this is just what it's gonna be. And for me, I'm always like, there may be another side to that I feel like you're missing. And I know y'all don't be thinking because I'll say the other side, and then y'all be jumping down my throat. And I'm like, see, I don't even believe that. But look how they're so upset.
So is this your mission to the world? You are the black, or who knows, Socrates could have been black with all the lies they've told us all of our lives. So
look at them,
would you say that you are the Socrates of our generation? Like,
no, I would just say I'm the one.
You really are sick. E.C. McLean said, Dex is a troublemaker, and that's what makes life fun. And for that, this is why we all stand Dex. Okay, did you recently see that video with Valerie Bertinelli?
I tell you, I don't follow none of those pages.
You're still on a cleanse.
You got to start sending me this stuff because I won't see it on my own. I'm like,
okay.
I'm like a.
Well, you're what?
Nothing.
Wait, somebody said, yeah, I thought he was very cocky at Lincoln. Shit. Where'd it go? Now my comments is acting up. You lucky I can't pin it.
She said, yeah, I thought he was very cocky when he was at Lincoln. I only knew him from social media, and I realized he was trolling.
Thank you. I never forget at work. We were at work one day, and it hit me because we were talking about something, and you said, I don't know what that is. And I want to say it was something like time zones. And I was like, it's like, no, I didn't know it was like that. I said, motherfucker, you're a troll because don't do this.
Another thing about some of you guys, though, some of you guys give me too much credit. I really don't understand time zones. I mean, wait, what is that? Wait, what is that? Time zones be kicking my butt like timetables. Those are two things that I'm not.
I was like, yeah, well, this client is in Chicago, so what, they're an hour behind us? Yeah, just give it a little time. And you were like, what? I said, yeah, Chicago, they're an hour behind us. Huh? The time zone. They're an hour. I don't know nothing about that. I said, what? So you never, when you got on a plane to go to Cali, you never.
You know how crazy it is when you book flights to go to California? Vegas is a really good example of that. Like, you book these flights to go, and it's like you'll get back, and they'll tell you this time back, and it's just like, oh, I got a headache. Like, we're trying in real life. Like, recently we were in Vegas. Like, I understand it now, but recently it was just kind of like, we went to Vegas, and I have this thing in my head. I'm like, okay, like, I know that Vegas is, what, 2 hours behind or something like that? Or in my head, I'm just like, okay, what time is it in real life, which is Eastern Standard Time? What time is it in real life? And then I just do the subtractions to figure out exactly what time it is wherever.
Yeah.
It's...
Okay.
So what happened with Nelly?
Huh?
What happened with Valerie? Because E.C. McClain...
Yeah. So she got on, did a crying video of people fat shaming her. So now, mind you, Valerie Bertinelli is like in her 60s at this point. So, and she's battled with her weight her entire life, and it is a bit difficult growing up in front of the camera and people bullying you your entire life. But girl, by 60, ain't no, you call me fat, okay, keep watching my fat ass. Like, I'm 60 years old. You're still watching me. You took the time out of your day to DM me and call me fat. You're obsessed with me, clearly. How about you go get a plate? I'm not going to be getting on TV crying. And then she goes, well, or she did a social media video that went viral, of course. So now it's on all the news junkets. But, and then she goes, most people, but she was like, if somebody has gained weight and you've noticed it, they're going through something. People was like, not all the time. Some people just like to fucking sit up there and gorge their life away.
I think that this is proof that she didn't grow up in a black household, because in a black household, you gain a pound and somebody's, oh, you're gaining so much weight. Oh, you won't stop eating. Oh, you eating again? She would understand this. Like, growing up in a black household, it's not gonna, which odd though, because it's you gain this weight and they shame you, and you would think that you would lose the weight because they shame you. That's not what it does. It just gives you a skin. So she would have very thick skin. Or
they'll be like, you finally trying to make the change, and then they'd be like, I know your fat ass ain't eating no salad. What's that going to do?
Terrible. It's terrible, Yana. But what it'll do is thicken your skin up. Literally, will thicken your skin up like gravy.
Yes. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I know a lot of people like Lonnie Love. I remember she was saying that she didn't know.
Don't stop. You know that's a trigger for me. Please don't bring Lonnie into this. I get triggered every single time.
You might not remember this, but she didn't know how to eat healthy until Weight Watchers came out with a program. And I think that like Valerie should probably look into like Weight Watchers, because she may be in that same boat of not understanding how to diet and eat healthy and stuff like that.
Or you can just say, listen, I like to fucking eat, and I'm okay with that. Why is
Lonnie was like that, right? I don't think that, do you?
I'm sorry?
I don't think Lonnie was like that, do you?
What? See, you're doing this because you know. Look, and I'm starting to fucking itch again. Why are you doing this to me? I knew that day, and I go back and forth with Amanda Seales, but watching that episode on that day, I knew she wouldn't be there much longer. We're fat because growing up in black households, we just don't be having no money to eat. And I didn't know what to eat until I found this wonderful white man who decided to be with me. And now I know how to eat. And I'm still fat, but that's okay.
Remember, she was like, Weight Watchers taught me how to eat. And I was just like, sound crazy.
Like, we're in a generation, there's Google, there's so, like, we're in the information age. 50 years ago, well, no, 50 years ago, we were more active. And that's another thing, especially in our community with the weight, because they'll be like, well, we always ate like cornbread, mac and cheese, and fried chicken, and all the good soul food. But back then in the 50s, 60s, even more, people were more active. People were not you know, a lot of people walked to work because sometimes they didn't have cars or they were just more active. You were doing more physical work in a day. So yeah, you could eat like that because your body is going to burn it off. Not sit there and have all these fucking plates of food and you want to eat every motherfucking day like it's damn Thanksgiving dinner and sit your fat, nasty, lazy ass on this couch and want to sit here and cry why you so fat. And then go ahead and down a 2-liter soda.
I think it's okay for people to eat whatever they want to eat. And like, because this is how I think that we take life a little too serious and we're not going to make it out alive anyway. So like, why take it?
Sure.
You don't die. Like, why? Just eat what you want to eat.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Eat what you want to eat. If being fat and happy makes you happy, okay, be that. Nobody is going to. I'm not going around looking at you crazy. Okay, you having a good time, but what I can't do is somebody who's just eating, and sit there and want to constantly cry and act like they don't know why they so fucking fat. I don't know why.
I disagree with you. I do think that there is a problem, and I think that I'm fat. I really do think that like I need to lose weight, and like I've been actively doing things to do it. And the other day, I shouldn't even say this out loud, but I drove past Rita's Water Ice, and there were people in the line. I'm like, you don't need this, and it almost. And I know this is rude, and you shouldn't say stuff like this, but it almost bothers me that we, as just not just Black, just in general, do things like this that we know are not going to be helpful for our bodies. And I'm not saying we have to eat a salad or eat healthy every day. Yeah. Like, why are we doing certain things and eating certain things that we know are not going to help us? Yeah. I remember it when I gave up eating fast food, when I'm like, why is it every time I eat this, I feel sluggish and I want to go to sleep?
But it tastes good.
Body. Yeah, but it don't feel good.
Well, some people, they think it does. And if you've never felt good and you've always had ailments and different things, well, they look at it like, I always ate like that. They might try it for a little bit, but you're not sticking to it. Now, listen, I'm not, because a bitch dropped a couple pounds, I'm not on my high horse and I'm actively still trying to lose weight because we all know I like to fucking eat. I love it. I love the way of that good meal, that especially when you're expecting a good meal and you know it's going to be good and you be waiting all day and you get your lips set on it and it's finally in front of you and it's just real fat bitch behavior. But the thing is, you cannot eat that way every single day. I'm not about depriving. I'm not going to sit here. You're not going to see, all Chocolate doing is sitting up there eating rice cakes all day 24/7 and pick carrots. That's probably going to be part of the menu, but it's not going to be every damn day. And when you see me sitting on the side gnawing on some good pig, what's the damn pig name from Charlotte's Web? Whatever his name. When you see me, or Babe, when you see me munching on Babe's rib, mind your damn business. Because I'm going to eat and I'm going to eat good. Don't judge me. Don't be sitting here, Chocolate, but we see you in the gym and you'll be doing it. And don't look, I was on Javon's live, I think one day last week, real quick.
Serious?
What?
Okay.
What?
Nothing.
Go, you trying to out me. Go ahead, out me.
I won't do it, but you full of shit. But go ahead.
Well, tell me why. Go.
You don't do that?
Do what?
Like, if you see people... Go ahead. Let's go to something else.
But what did I say earlier, Dexter? Those are the ones who constantly talk about, I don't know why I'm fat.
Let's go.
I don't know. I just can't lose the weight. Don't fucking sit here and tell me you can't lose the weight when every 5 minutes you're just shoveling shit in your mouth like a garbage disposal and not the right stuff. I don't want to hear it. Yes, I will talk about you all day long if you come and bring it to me.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Next. What's on the docket?
So I need you to recant your statement, Dexter.
I'm not talking about
You just hated that I'm more vocal about shit.
Terrible. You're terrible.
You're terrible, Yana. All right. I don't even know how we... Well, speaking of ex-fat bitches, Wendy Williams.
Wendy's been on like a media. She's been crazy lately.
I think it all started with when she threw them flowers at Jocelyn.
No, that documentary when she did her TV show. Ever since then, she's been on one.
She was good for a little bit after that, though. But
thank you for watching my show. Then after, it's just been a disaster. But you know what's crazy though? I realized that it was like 5 or 6 years ago when I stopped supporting Wendy Williams completely. Like I only watch it now. Like I watch it. Turn this on real quick, so I look at it. The last time you told me to turn it on real quick, she was telling the brat, I ain't really want to be around you because I thought you wanted me. What is wrong with you?
You played yourself, sis. Just because this woman is a lesbian, and then one of those things, do you think all lesbians are attracted? This is the thing with the straight people. Oh, they want me. Did you think because the brat was a lesbian, she wanted you?
That's what she implied. She implied that.
Yeah.
I started watching Wendy when she said that what is the need for HBCUs. And I just had nothing to do with it. I started a petition to get it canceled and all that stuff like that. And I don't got nothing to do with this woman. I'm good. I'm done with it. And like now you guys are starting to see what I saw back then. She's ridiculous. And
I think it's one of those things that everybody sees it. Lifa Parker definitely said that woman is hurt. She's not happy. And that is true. But you got to stop putting your foot in your mouth. I know you're the queen of hot topics and giving it to people straight, but you're clearly not fully healed. But the one who really got it together, our queen, Tabitha. Queen Chef Tabitha.
But you know what's bad about the Tabitha? No, she said what she said about the Tabitha woman. The Tabitha woman clapped back, and Wendy does not acknowledge it at all. She said about it. The Jocelyn thing, she didn't say anything about it. Like the brat stuff, she don't say nothing about it. Like these things happen, and it becomes a big deal in a headline, and you don't apologize. You just don't do anything with it, and that's. Yeah.
But I think that's why people are sick of her, because it's like you can talk when you're a hot topic. You got to bring your stuff to the table. No offense, when that is your job. Your job is discussing hot topics in everybody's business. You can't just ignore it when your business is on the table. You got to say something.
But it's even, I get it when she was like, oh, I'm not going to say nothing about my husband cheating on me with the woman. I addressed it, but you didn't. But these smaller things that are literally happening on the show, and you're not addressing them. That's and I don't understand how people consistently support her when, in reality, like the Jocelyn thing, like you literally could have squashed it and had a conversation about that right then and right there. You just chose not to because you don't care. You don't value your guests.
And it's just I want to say, and then the most recent thing that's kind of where people are picking up the steam with canceling her when she discussed a TikTok star by the name of Swavey. He actually was from. Why are you laughing?
No reason.
See, now you about to get canceled like Wendy, because this is how she was acting, and then she gonna do all that talk about, I don't know who he is. Nobody else knows who he is. And then the end, well, he's dead.
He said, what? He said, all them followers. Girl,
are you okay? And then the producers were sitting there laughing, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, honestly, I was watching the show live that day, and I was not expecting, like, when she's talking about, I think it's going to be some regular TikToker who just went off and crazy. For you to end that with, he dead. Bitch. His family ride the fuck up there. You better not be caught slipping, because that mom going to beat your ass.
It's not funny that the kid died, obviously. It's just funny that her delivery was just so terrible. Like, that's hilarious. Yes. She's a journalist for like 10 years or something like that. These journalists are just...
Said 10 years. 10 years of journalist. Well, go ahead, continue with your thought.
I would say that's all I got on Wendy Williams.
Yeah, and that's what when it comes to Wendy, and not just her, and this kind of, I guess we can segue into the other topic I wanted to bring up. Stop underestimating these social media influencers. Y'all have to stop doing it. And I think that's where
You think
Wendy,
people,
huh?
think people are underestimating them?
Yeah.
We're gonna disagree again.
Okay, yes. I say they're underestimating them because you see it time and time again how Wendy, because she didn't know who this person was, he's important enough for your team to think that you should cover this story. But you just took in, oh, he was nothing. Tabitha, you talk shit about her and her decisions she made with her boyfriend or her husband because you don't know who Tabitha is because you're not connected to the social media world like that, which is crazy to me because if you're a media, you kind of should be. But that's neither here nor there.
Her issue with Tabitha, though, is that Tabitha was retiring a man. And she did the same thing. And you see how it turned out for her. But you can't be that bitter old woman. Like,
at least Tabitha was good. She retired her man. Wendy said, no, you're going to come work for me.
But it's like, you can't try to throw on all these other women what happened to you. That's your
exactly.
Like, that's not.
Yes. And then I was thinking of RuPaul. Another Tabitha thing came up. When he was doing RuPaul's Drag Race, and one of the contestants dressed up as Tabitha. So came out on the stage, and RuPaul didn't, and he wasn't rude about it. He was just like, I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. And Tabitha, she's such a damn sweetheart. She got online, the same thing she did with Wendy, so it really wasn't her trying to be overly rude to Wendy, but she was like, it's okay if he doesn't know me. It's fine. Everybody doesn't know me, but yes, I'm Tabitha, and I'm honored that, somebody thought I was big enough to cover me on your show, and that's okay. But I feel like a lot of times in entertainment, the traditional, I don't want to say like the people, I don't want to say the people who've been grandfathered in or anything, but like, it's just the traditional, the people who went to journalism school and, got put on, and you were put on because somebody in the room saw something in you and they said, okay, I'm going to propel your career, which is amazing. But now we're in a day and age where you don't necessarily need those people all the time in the room to put you on. Yes, you do to an extent, but in the beginning, you can create your own buzz. And then before you know it, people are looking at you. And I just feel like there's so much hostility in this business with the people who have done it the traditional way, and not everyone, but the traditional way. And they be throwing like shade at these up and comers. Like, what is the problem? Stay in your lane.
I think a lot of it is maybe a lot of these people are stars and they feel threatened, obviously, by like these people coming up and doing something that they didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people who could make these other people stars, and they decide, I'm not going to make any more stars. I just want to collect my paycheck. So the people who are currently in those positions, they're looking at it, and they're just kind of like, we're safe. But then it's like, in reality, you see these people bubbling up. Like, that Tabitha woman, I don't know her like that. Like, she could take Wendy Williams' job. You know what I mean? Like a daytime talk show host, she could do that.
She definitely could.
So it's just kind of one of those things where it's just like you see it and you feel threatened. But I do think that this generation, and when I say older, I mean the people who've been in this for a while. Because a lot of people are young too. These people in this older generation, you should be embracing this new and younger talent. Because that's going to keep you going and give you some longevity. Otherwise, you'll be getting it's just,
I mean, listen, it's true. And I just don't understand what the hostility is about. Because I look at it like this. If I'm great in my field and I'm just amazing at what I do, I'm already kind of looking at it like, to keep my place, I have to stay on top of things. And if you really love what you do, you'll naturally will stay on top of things, and you will be influenced in and want to naturally team up with different people. Oh, show me how to do this. Like, because it's going to keep you around. So I understand, and maybe they're upset about, because most of these social media influencers, because that's how most of them are coming up, through social media, they're chosen by the people. So do you think that is something that gets under their skin?
I think that was a lot of the whole Nicki Cardi situation too. Like I think
you must have got a call. All right, yeah.
Nikki's like, I'm not gonna embrace this newer talent, but I don't think what she didn't realize though is that this newer talent was ushered in by the people. So
Yes.
yes, obviously you have some help on the back end and stuff like that, but like when people
Yes.
in social media speaks, you kind of got to listen a little bit.
Yes, you can't just disregard it. And for one case in point, I saw somebody coin themselves as I'm the guy, Issa Rae. Now people see Issa Rae as this big, and she is a big deal, rightfully so. That woman worked hard to get to where she needed to be. But let's not forget, Lisa Ray started having a YouTube series, just things going on in her mind, and she created a show out of that that grew from YouTube. We the people, chose her to be elevated, and the big execs, some big wigs said, "Hey, hold on, what's going on over here?" So, I mean, I guess maybe you would have some creator or like producer or script writer who could see that I've been doing mine the traditional way and I'm not getting the same coverage. Well, try if you've been doing what you've been doing this entire time, is nothing is changing. A lot of times it doesn't mean that you're not talented. You got to do a different way. Try something else.
But see, that's why I said initially, I was like, we're probably going to disagree with the influencer thing, because I think the influencer thing is almost a sickness at this point. Like people that they are influencers and they think that they're more important than they actually are. And I don't want to say anybody's not important or whatever, but there are certain comments and statements that people make where it's like, you think that because of the work that you put in, you should be higher. And I think a lot of us where we should be higher. But at the same time, though, when you're saying stuff like that out loud, you give people the opportunity to look at you like, what have you done? I don't see anything out. And then I think people start to look at you and they look at you sideways. I wouldn't compare myself to another person. I just don't think you should do that. Just do things on your own and then like push forward from it. Because make it. Why would you want to be called the male version of some woman or the female version? Like, you don't want that. You're better than that.
Thank you. You should want to create your own lane for something that you do. And it's great to pay homage to the other people because, of course, you see those stories and it's inspiring, but you want to create your own lane also, at the same time.
Wasn't it Issa Rae?
Yeah.
Issa Rae is, in my opinion, a little too young to be the other version of. You know what I mean? Like if it's like I'm the female version of Jay-Z, then I get it. But the male version of Issa Rae, I personally wouldn't want to say, only because like she's young. You know what I mean? Like you are you. You know what I mean? Like you're not your own thing going. Like I would have said your own thing going.
Yeah, no, it's definitely nothing to say. Yeah, I saw her story and like I'm inspired, but bruh, sis, do your own thing.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said, but like people, they would have their own thing. Like somebody would need to say that they're like the same version of somebody else that's like probably in their same age group.
And it's so funny because Issa probably would be like, oh, that's kind of weird, but okay, cool. Because you have to think of it. She did her own thing, which is why she was successful. Wasn't nobody doing that shit before her. Mind of an awkward black girl. Like, most people didn't even realize black girls had these thoughts. But we do. And which is why she's successful. We all have more things in common than we originally thought. Oh, B Dad of 3 just popped on. MB the Traveler just joined. Hi, everybody. Y'all come on in, have a seat. And MC McLean said, oh, shit. My shit's acting up again. IG don't want me to be great. I can't tell what she's something about stealing other people's ideas. Okay. Oh, your favorite, Dex? Drake. He's about to be a stepdaddy?
You know, this Drake situation really is bothersome to me. Like, so there was a situation that I believe it was the Dodger Stadium. He rented out for a date. The day, like the images of the date were put out, and there were pictures and images and stories about the woman that was put out. I think that is a major invasion of privacy. I think that's like really disturbing that we do things like that, and this is kind of the reason why like I don't want to be on certain social media sites. I don't think that that's any of our business. It bothers me that we know that, especially because it didn't come from him and it didn't come from her. Like, first of all, he didn't even acknowledge who this woman was, and I saw people posting literal pictures and videos of this woman, and I'm just like, why are we doing it?
I don't know. I guess because the girl is somewhat not. she's social, like, not social media, reality TV. I think because you've been seeing Drake at the games, the boy goes to Lil Bronny school, and I guess it's cool seeing him there. But I mean, I guess if some people are bothered by it, I guess you're hating because most people don't have that clout. I think it's pretty cool. I think if Drake didn't want people to know, he probably wouldn't have rented out or was able to reserve Dodger Stadium to do a date night on the damn, look, the lawn, whatever it's called. You know, I don't know sports like that, but on the field. So I'm with it. Shit, turn the fuck up. That's a dream day. Let me sit on here and watch social media and, oh, that's cute. But I'm not going to make it like my life. It's just, oh, it's cute. I don't think it's a huge story like that. Well, are people really in their feelings?
I think so, because it's Drake dating someone, but it's just, the reason I don't like it is that, like, yes, like, he did the same way that we go to, like, a restaurant that we go to is Drake renting out Dodger Stadium. You get what I'm saying? Like, when we go to these restaurants, we don't want all of Philadelphia in our business knowing that, oh, you went to this restaurant, you had this for dinner, and blah, 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 blah. This is the mystery man or the mystery woman that you were with, and this person has this many kids, and they do this, and this. It's like, come on. Like, I just think that at some point, it just gets a little lame on our part to, like, really care that much about public figures. Like, it's kind of pathetic, actually.
What happened to you over the weekend?
I just hate it. It's so lame to me. And then it's like a news story that this man is on a date. Like, are we serious? And then on the low,
something to talk about that makes the world goes round. I mean, I guess some people, like, if that's your job, it's a slow news day. You got to think nothing really happened. So Drake rented out Dodger Stadium on a date. Okay, and nothing else to talk about.
Okay, then that's
but other than that, it's just like a after. Like, okay.
Oh, that's not true, because, like, yes, it gets put out because that's those people's job to put it out, but then the influence trickles down to the rest of us, and then we start to sit up and have conversations about how men don't do enough for women. Drake rented out Dodger Stadium. What are you doing for your woman? Then that whole
you should be looking at it like that. If you're looking at it like that, you have a problem.
Every single time this stuff happens, like, this is the narrative. This is the norm. I mean,
do y'all have Drake money? Do y'all have connections to be able to rent out Dodger? Take your girl down to damn Ruth and Chris and call it a damn night. Everybody's not going to do this. And if you're delusional enough to think that because your dude took you to Ruth and Chris and didn't rent out the fucking stadium, you probably shouldn't be dating, and you probably need to go seek mental help. And we just like the stories because it's fun to look at. It's out of most people's norms, but you should not be really debating shit like that. You look stupid if that's what's happening.
Telling you that's how. Okay, I'm gonna start sending it to you. I want you to see what I have to see. This is why I'm ready to.
Nah, I might not want to. I don't want to follow because I haven't seen that on my timeline at all. I don't want to follow them messes. Please don't. It's like, was they hit up your group chat because you are the biggest Drake fan? Were they coming for you more than anything, or hitting you up in your group chat like, what do you think about this, Dex?
My friends never ask me stupid questions like that because I won't respond to it. Like, nobody asks me what I think about Drake taking somebody on the date. Like, I don't give a shit.
And Renee said, this is why TMZ is so popular. Exactly. I don't know. I think when it comes to anything of the world of celebrity, you shouldn't get so invested in it that you try to incorporate what you're seeing into your everyday life, because that's not life.
Not just their everyday life, but the people around them too. Like, you think everybody's supposed to be living like this. It is insane. Like, it's crazy.
If you think everybody's supposed to, we not friends. If I'm sitting around and we have a group conversation and my girlfriend starts comparing herself, well, why didn't so-and-so rent something out for me? This nigga couldn't even rent a hotel room. I had to pay for it.
Well, no, they would talk about you, though. They would be like, oh, like, that's all he did. He didn't rent a hotel out for you? Like, he didn't rent the whole suite out? It's that kind of thing. These guys don't even want to rent the suite out, blah, blah, blah. It's crazy. And then like Life Parker saying, like, they do this to normal people. So, like, normal people would go to Steak 48 and they would, like, post it.
Oh, that's another trigger.
And they're like, let me just address that real quick, too. But they would post that they were at Steak 48, and then people would be like, well, why? This man takes his girl out to Steak 48 and he paid for the whole thing. Like, why you didn't do that? You men ain't nothing. It's literally every single day. It's so exhausting. Also, what is wrong with black people? Like,
Stop.
people in general. Like, this Steak 48 thing. Like, a couple weeks ago, Steak 48 was in the, because they were doing the whole thing with the, you got to pay $100, so forth and so on. I understand that you're going to go there, you're going to eat or whatever. But the fact that y'all feel the need to post that you're at Steak 48 after knowing the controversy and all that stuff like that, what are you trying to...
Stupid. Like, what's the point? What, I mean, and I saw a few pictures after the fact, and you're still at Steak 48. And people were talking about going and bragging, even after they said the gum was in the bread. Like,
I don't get it. Like, it's like the cloud chasing is really sad, and there's a lot of people who are much, 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 much older than me who do this stuff, and it is disturbing.
No, it definitely is, and it needs to stop. I really need you guys to expand and broaden your horizons. How about, if you want clout, how about you put somebody on so you take a picture, cute restaurant, don't nobody know what it is. How about you put somebody on to that? Hey, this is a new spot. Instead of just going to where you think the hype is, and 9 times out of 10, the food is nasty. I'm sick of y'all. Like you said, I'm sick of the grown-ass people doing this. Stop. If you're in your 20s doing this, I'll give you a pass. Because you're in your 20s, you don't know any better. And you don't know no better.
You drink like bottom shelf liquor probably. So
yes.
Like, is when it comes
just go where the hype is. When I was in my 20s, went to this club in DC. They said Chris Brown was there. I went because it was hype. Yeah, they were shooting in the club, but Chris Brown was there. The night I went there, they didn't shoot. It was a good time. But in my 30s, touching 40, Chris Brown was at this club. Girl, I'm trying to go. Well, I'll be the fuck home on my couch drinking my water because I just don't want to be around all the hype. There's no reason to be there. Like, come on. Oh, your boy Trump. How are you feeling? Hey, Javon Pearson is on. He's watching. How you feeling about Trump? You know, he came out and well, first, he's suing social media. He is suing Facebook, Instagram, and I don't know, definitely Twitter. And he's suing them because he feels as though they
it's free speech.
He's suing them for censorship. Mm-hmm. Wait, Javon, do you have something to say on this? Let me bring him in real quick. Everybody, this is Javon Pearson. He's a comedian. Okay, so wait for him to come on. If it comes, there he goes. Hey, JB, how you doing?
What's up, everybody? What's up,
Jack? How's it going? How's it going?
I'm about to head on out and get to Philly and fly to LA. But
okay.
I'm sorry.
Flex on us real quick.
Yes. He said, while y'all sitting home lonely.
Hi.
Wait a minute, Dex. I'm really upset with you, Dex.
Now what?
I need to go on the deck and talk to Dex.
Not the Dex, to talk with Dex.
Yeah.
Right
that might be a show y'all need to start. On the deck with Dex.
On the decks with Dex. Nice. Pretty much nice, yeah. So, listen.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't get a personal invite, but I'm going to show up at your wedding.
Okay.
But all jokes aside, I'm super proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Man, I can't wait to come up out the water when they be like, is there anyone here that shows why these two shouldn't be married?
What you gonna say?
Where's the bar?
And that's your problem. You don't need to be at the bar.
Let's get to Trump, man.
Trump. So yes, Trump is out here suing people, the social media brands, for censorship because he's upset they won't allow me to speak. And then, well, I'll kind of be on his side for this one. You know, he showed up at the UFC fight over the weekend. Yeah. He showed up while the UFC made the executive decision to not televise his entrance. But when he came in, there was a mix of cheers and a mix of boos. Yeah. So, Dex, what are your feelings on this post-Trump era America and how he's acting and his what's important to him?
So did you see, was there a video of the UFC thing? I didn't see it. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. There was a, yeah, you saw it, JB?
Yeah, he walked in. It was pomp and circumstance. It was like He's still the president.
What was he wearing?
A suit.
He always wears a suit. You know, man.
I want to see him wear jeans.
That'll never. You don't want to see Uncle Jeans.
I'm like, what does that look like? Donald Trump in jeans. Like, what kind of jeans would he put on? I'm really curious.
Uncle and Dad jeans.
It'll look like an '80s sitcom.
But I think that he's right. I think that he should be suing them because I think that you start something like this with somebody like Donald Trump, and then you move it to the rest of us. Like, I think that that's the part where it's like, I get that he was literally about to start wars and stuff like that, so it's like maybe silence him or whatever. But then at the same time, it's kind of like, well, then what? You know what I mean? Like, who's next when it comes to this whole like censorship thing and with social media? So that's the only reason why I'm like, I don't know how we're going with that one. Then
you know what, Dex and Chocolate, that's what's going to happen. That's inevitable. That is going to happen. This man is going to be president in 2024.
I hope not. Please don't say that.
Happen because
like he's happy.
A lot of people might be mad at what I'm about to say.
Mm-hmm.
Biden has not been holding up to his promises, which that's politics.
Yeah.
But the people that voted for Biden is not voting for Kamala. I'm sorry. They're not going to vote for her. I don't even think Biden's going to run in 2024. And the thing is, Trump is going to run and going to win. Especially if you get Hector and them on his ticket. Hector, Maria, Jose.
Latinos for Trump.
No, he won them, like, in Miami, like, he won, Florida, I should say. He won that community before. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that he's making sure that these people feel safe and they feel comfortable, and Joe Biden does not do that. I don't really want to talk, like, politics or whatever.
All right, we ain't talking politics.
Yeah, but
Yes, I got you a gift for your wedding.
Did you really?
Yes, I do.
Is it Trump related?
No, it's really...
You gonna have Trump show up at the wedding? He would die.
What's in Mexico? So I'm sure he's not going there.
No, I really got you. I really thought about you.
Okay.
I said, you know what? He's a nice guy. I got him something nice.
Okay.
Wedding night. I got you something. But hey man, the wedding night produces the rest of the wedding. Huh?
You ain't get my friend a pocket coochie, did you?
Ooh. No!
You was giving
I got him something really. No, actually, I got him something really nice. And if I don't, look, y'all, look, wait. Can I turn this around?
As long as it's not your penis, go ahead, show it.
Look. You see him?
Is that a deer?
2, 3.
Oh, it's a family. When they come over and start beating on your ass, we can't do nothing but look.
This is live on y'all. Can y'all see him?
Yeah, we see it here. Get out their business. They trying to eat like a family.
Izzo, come on over here. I need some ribs.
Okay, have them come over, Javon. And you know what? Now, then, for our last topic, it's actually good that we have you on here. It's amazing that, because we've been off for a few weeks, and not a few weeks, 1 week really, but while we were off, the news broke that Bill Cosby is out of jail.
Wait. So y'all gonna really? Me and Bill? That's my guy. But
he's a comedian. You're a comedian.
You're a comedian. Thank you, Dexter.
And I think
Dexter, y'all up to some slick shit. What y'all about to say? Because y'all know I was some bullshit.
The first comedian.
Okay, go ahead.
I think you're the first comedian who I've personally heard speak on this. So I'm really curious as to what you have to say. Not that you speak for the full community, but as a comedian, I'm really curious. What are your thoughts on this?
I think he should have never went to jail on the circumstances that happened afterwards. They had a deal in place that shouldn't have never came up afterwards.
You think this now, or did you think this then? Like because we only learned about this now. But what did you think about it when he first got locked up?
I've been in Hollywood. I lived in LA for 20 years. I saw it. I saw a lot of things happening. That shit happens every day. It's gonna happen before Bill and after Bill. Mm-hmm. The mere fact that Deals are made behind closed doors.
Yes.
What happened with Bill, Mr. Cosby, I don't want to be disrespectful, should have never happened. He should have never went to jail for some shit that was already taken care of. Some checks was already cleared. What he did, or he didn't do. But for you to trample on a man's legacy, as far as him being a comedian, a producer, and doing things for the culture, he shouldn't have never went to jail for that. And that's what I think it is. You know, he was that powerful, but was he that powerful? There's always people more powerful than you. But he should have never went to jail for that specific case.
Because
one case, he shouldn't have never went to jail.
And this is because he paid her off, or there was a deal in place between the two of them.
Dex, you're not going to dig into my right. You're not going to do that to me, Dex. I know what you're trying to do.
Just asking you to clarify.
Dex is the lawyer.
He's a journalist.
Dex is the prosecuting journalist. You're not going to do that to me. He should have never went to jail for what he went to jail for.
Which obviously is true because he
Go ahead. Okay, so this is my feelings on it. Do I think overall Bill belongs in jail? Yes, I do. I'm going to say that.
Why?
Because we are not just going to act like, even though this case, what he was on jail for was some bullshit. And there have been women involved where you knew what was up. And everybody coming at him, that was not everybody's story. Some people are legit victims that were victimized by Bill Cosby. I blame the judicial system because somebody had so much of a hard-on to get Bill Cosby in jail. You said we're just going to get him in any way that we can. And here we are today.
I just think that specific incident, he shouldn't have went to jail for.
Are you still trying to show us these damn? I don't want to see when animals attack.
Okay. I know they're going to pop up here. I just think he shouldn't have went to jail for what he went to jail for. And it's just all politically motivated. And Dex has missed his true calling. He is really a prosecuting fucking federal prosecutor. That's what
the thing is, like,
Dex looking at me like, so what about those 3 checks you in cash last week I know about?
I think that as like black people, we have this thing. I do think it's a double-edged sword because I think we all we know who Bill Cosby is, and I think there's a lot of us who have a lot of great respect for Bill Cosby. And I think we look at this specific situation and we're like, like he may or may not have done something in the situation. So like, there should be a punishment for it or whatever. But at the same time, though, like both of you guys were saying, like, like this case specifically was BS. He shouldn't have been in jail because of this case.
This case.
Yes, but rewinding it, though, like, when you say this case is BS, like, it kind of sounds like overall, like this was a BS case or whatever. But peel that one layer back, this case was simply BS because he paid this woman off and they struck a deal. But if you peel one more layer back, there had to be a reason why they struck a deal. like yes, like she shouldn't have struck some deal and they came after the man later on. But you ain't gonna just strike no deal just to strike it. There was a reason that he should have deal with this woman. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So you don't think, Javon, you don't think he should, I mean, I don't know. It's hard.
In this situation, he should have never served a day in jail because a deal was in place and they brought it back up, a sealed situation. They brought it back up. This specific case, he should have not been in jail. Now, if you want to try Mr. Cosby for some prior shit, you can't. It's pulling up. You can't try Mr. Cosby for that.
Right.
You can't do it. But if you want to try somebody, try everybody. The Weinsteins, the Goldbergs, the Bergs.
Weinstein is in jail right now, hoping that he's going to get out, but it ain't happening, buddy.
You hear it right here, right now. He's about to come home.
I have
to come home.
I will believe it when I see it.
It's outside.
I don't know. I don't think so.
He is about to, listen. We're gonna have this conversation in about 3 weeks.
Okay.
I know something that knows something. He's coming home.
But see, this is what makes me sad. If they do, somebody mentioned Trump and his past discretions. If they do let Weinstein home, it's like, what was Me Too for them? What was, like, are women or just people who have been sexually violated against, are they just never to be believed? Because what message does it say? I don't think anybody's okay with it, but Bill getting off on a technicality, it does not negate the fuck shit that he was doing outside of that one case. I don't know. I'm having a hard time. I don't think, unless you know something, I don't think Harvey's coming home.
Okay. I tell you, Bill was coming home. Nobody believed me.
Wow. Javon.
I said he was coming home.
Where?
Nobody believed me.
Where you saying it? Yeah, go ahead.
I said it a year ago. I thought he was going to come home on his first pass.
Like, did you say in person, or is this audio that I can...
Hold on. Go ahead, Scott.
I said he was coming home.
To who?
I said he was coming home. Mr. Cosby was coming home.
Is R. Kelly coming home?
No.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I'm good with that.
No.
What'd you say?
I asked.
I said no.
I said, was R. Kelly?
Good.
I said no, emphatic.
And he need to fucking stay there with Harvey Weinstein. If you want, put them, like, make them sellies.
Latoya, you know what I went through, and thank God my shit got overturned or whatever.
Yes.
But for what he did, and I know he did it. I ain't even gonna listen.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't coming home.
Yeah, sit the hell down. But I feel like maybe I don't see Weinstein coming home. I'm sorry, I don't. Especially with them making that. I just watched the 2020 series about the one guy, the girlfriend, Giselle, whatever her name was, and her still sitting in jail. I don't think Weinstein's coming home. I'm sorry.
Elaine Maxwell.
Yeah, what's her name, Dex?
Elaine Maxwell.
Go ahead.
You might see some charges on Clinton. You might see some charges on Clinton. Look, Jason.
Is that Jason? Who that?
How's it going?
Yeah, you might see some charges on Clinton.
Javon, who was that? Was that Jason? Oh, okay. Hi, Jason.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing, honey? That everybody else, our watchers, that's Jason. He's the producer of the Javon Pearson show.
And I am traveling right now, walking to the car. So I can go to the airport. But go ahead. No. Mm-mm. I'm still listening. Come on.
Yeah, but you in. We done.
I'm done. No, we're not. We're talking about no, you can't even talk. You got a mouthful of damn food. Ain't nobody tell you no damn table manners.
And
we good.
Was that a glizzy you were eating? What was you eating?
Well, I actually was eating fried salmon for the first time.
Y'all niggas love frying and stuff.
Do it yourself.
Black people, we doing that. But look, it's a lot of other people about to come home off of some craziness.
Who?
I gotta put this on. R. Kelly definitely not coming home.
Yeah, no.
At least not for 20 years.
R. Kelly watching this live, like, he said people about to come home. Is it me? Is it me?
Plus he owes me $30.
At you, buddy.
You won't be. You sit right the fuck there and get comfortable.
Oh, I'm good.
Where are you on your way to? Back to Philly?
No, I gotta go to DC.
He said Philly to LA.
Well, he just said DC.
DC, then I go to... I'm not lying. I'm not like your hair. Don't do it. Don't do it, Dex.
JB, I love you. We've been on this shit way too long now. It's 8 o'clock. It's time to go. Niggas got dinners to eat and shit. And you already eating your dinner, rude ass.
No, I'm not. I tried to cook for you. Don't do it. It's Dex. You
Oh,
don't even know. Okay, chocolate divinity. Don't make me bring up our
or what?
I ain't gonna Dex. I'll DM you.
I like to know.
That's whatever he DM you is gonna be lies.
See how she giggling and googling.
I see. As soon as she popped on,
I got so happy. I said, "Oh my God, you're fine."
Look, but wait, hey Dex, did you hear that? Oh, where you at? In Philly or where? Where I see you said you was coming to Philly.
right?
So she can pull up on me.
Wow.
The only way I'm pulling up is you got some money for me because the bills need to be paid.
Shit. Swipe.
You got a couple bands. I'll pull the fuck up for that.
It all depends on what I gotta pay.
You gonna pay? Look, for me to pull up, it's gonna be a year's worth of rent and all the bills to be paid.
Well, why you trying to have your dad kill me?
Exactly. He's
playing.
playing. The last time I was on his show, Daddy popped on. Javon gonna go, "Oh, that's my father-in-law." Ain't your damn father-in-law.
Not yet.
Ain't no yet.
Last night.
Okay, that was time to fucking go, but you're playing. Javon, I'm gonna beat your ass when I see you. You know I've been in the gym boxing. I'm about to box you up.
I know. You look amazing. You swimming down. You look like your original chocolate drop.
Well, you see it is what it is. You okay over there, Dex? You think that's for a compliment because you know how he gets. Yeah. Give him something.
No, he said the word amazing. I thought that was really cool.
What? No, you look amazing. And Dex, you look great too. All that water you drink, and this is crazy because I gave a compliment. I did a thing where I said, if a guy walked past me and he smells good, I'd be like, "Yo, you smell good. What do you got on?" Another guy said to me, "Oh, you can't say that to a guy." No, fuck that. I give compliments. Dex, you look amazing. You know, when the wedding comes, I'm sure 99.999 you're gonna be like, boom. Latoya, you look amazing. It's just transformation because we ain't getting younger.
Javon, my cousin just said, "Are you coming to the family cookout? You better bring a dish." He say he cook all the time. I don't know. I ain't know. He could be lying.
I'm only coming to the family cookout if I'm coming with the family. Get it together.
Ooh.
You can be an invited guest.
I need to wake up in your kitchen and cooking.
And that the fuck won't be happening. What, you gonna be my new butler?
You're learn.
I do need a chef, sweetie. So you know.
Listen.
All right, we're going. They still don't want to hear this back and forth. Thank you, Mr. 2X Entertainment, Harlem Zone. That's the DJ at the Apollo Theater, y'all.
The thing is, you don't want to have that one scene. I'm at your house and your dad come down the steps, and I'm in the kitchen, and it looks like Baby Boy, and I'm like, "You want some eggs?"
And that the fuck ain't gonna happen over here. You keep playing with me, okay? If I wake up out of my bed and I see you at my kitchen butt ass naked cooking eggs, I'm calling the cops.
Well, apparently I didn't sneak in.
Yeah, you did, because where's the king?
Look, but wait, Dex's face is like disgusted.
Like Latoya is one of those people. I've known her for quite some time. She really is like, and I just don't know her in this light, and I've never seen anybody flirt with her.
Well, because sometimes people when the truth is revealed, they go off. No, you ain't. The sky's not blue. Come on, baby girl.
That's the strategy. Just wear them down until they're tired of saying no, until they're tired of putting up a fight. That's what the fuck got Cosby locked up.
Oh, wait,
you need to stay out of that wheelhouse, okay. JB.
No, well, let's move on to something, and I got to ask both of you guys something, and I know it's going to happen.
Girl.
What are you guys thinking about the New Edition World Tour in residency, all 6?
I'm going.
I think it makes sense. Like, I think
yes.
pissed that, like, initially I was very pissed that they didn't capitalize off the success. What was it, 2017, 18 when the movie came, or the documentary?
Mm-hmm.
I was pissed that they didn't.
JB, you going out? You on the road? Let's continue your thoughts since we can't really hear them.
I was just pissed that they didn't capitalize on it, because you should have. Now, after a pandemic, God didn't make a mistake with that, and I think this is the perfect time for them to do it.
Yeah, I think they're actually just at a space right now. I'm happy that they're all collectively at this space where they can decide. They put the dumb shit aside. Listen, we ain't got to be best friends, but we can go out here and get this money together.
Yeah.
Now is the time, and I agree with you. It should have happened when that movie came out, but it didn't. But I think it's perfect to make that announcement. And you asked me, it was definitely planned because it was around the same time as the Versus, shortly after the information was dropped. And Bobby kind of teased it, like, let me bring them out, and it didn't happen. So I'm happy to see it.
I know we're wrapping. I'll just say that hopefully they do this tour before the country shuts down again.
I second that. If you guys haven't heard, the rumor mill is talking. Most likely the fall, another shutdown is coming. So let's just see. Let's hope not. You ain't trying to go nowhere?
I liked it. I like the shutdown.
It's so funny because remember at the beginning of the shutdown, we were all like, oh, I hate my life. I'm going crazy. I can't take it. I need to be at work with the people. Now I'm like, my quality of life is better. Bring it on again. And make sure you send us more stimulus checks. Not the ones that them spent them all up, but
that was not gonna get again. Like, I think that stuff is over.
Biden, come on. Get a nigga off. And on that note, it's time to go. Javon Pearson, thank you so much for pulling up on us and making the end of our show special with his JV pizzazz that only he can give. And yeah, we will thank you to everybody who always shows up and shows out for us when we come on. We love you guys. The comments, you make us, because again, we said it could just be me and you on here talking to each other every week. But y'all pull up for the crazy, and we are here for it. Thank you so much. Dexter, is there anything you'd like to say to our wonderful commenters and watchers and our YouTubers?
Just thank you for watching and supporting us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Oh no, I was just told we were going back in 2 weeks. I'm trying to figure my way out. I heard that talking about going back to work. Like, we're going to work something now. I'm like, fine, I've been doing it from here. What's the problem? Love you too, Javon. Love everybody in the comments. Thank you so much. And we will be back I might have a hair appointment on Sunday.
Whenever, next week.
Yeah. So next week, it'll be either Sunday or Monday, but we will definitely see you guys next week. Thank you so much for pulling up. I hope you all enjoyed the comments. See you next week. Bye.